Oh, well, good. This is a perfect opportunity to test this robotic sledge against a large group of zombies. I've been waiting for that. Welcome to Narrow Ground Entertainment. I'm Steve the Unimpressed, and this is episode 10 of Steve Solo's 7 Days to Die, Alpha 19. Let me just deal with these guys. Oops. It would help if I could hit. That's one. Ow. Is that everybody? I think that's everybody. Well, I was planning to walk down here and do my episode intro at the farm, which should not be completely grown right now, but still. And I didn't really look very carefully before I jumped over my wall. Really should look before you leap in this game. Alright, everything is still in growing status here, which is what I was expecting. Because the last time that I tended the farm, I did it very late at night. None of this stuff will have finished growing until, well, probably after dark in this episode. So I may or may not actually come back to get any of it. We'll see about that later. What I am going to do is go and track down a airdrop that dropped several episodes ago right over here by my towers. I'm going to collect that. I'm probably going to spend a little time digging up some more coal because I would like to make some more gunpowder and I'm out of coal. Once that is accomplished, since I am still trying to expand my farmable territory, I'm going to come around here to the north and east side of this town that I have been camped next to since the beginning of the series and explore some of this area over here to see if I can find more gut piles, kill any vultures for rotten flesh, or find any zombie dogs, which will accomplish the same goal. I will go ahead and delete the revisit this waypoint because it's been done. I have revisited that. That will be the plan for the day. So, off we go to fetch an airdrop. There's our box of goodies. Let's see what's inside. Shotgun shells. Shotgun shells, food, antibiotics, some first aid kits. Stun baton, which it's an interesting weapon, but I don't really use it that much. The stun baton is a weapon that I think, this may have changed, but it used to be governed by the intelligence attribute. The perks that power it up were under the intelligence attribute. It is a club, roughly, that you hit zombies with, and after a while after a certain number of hits, I think, is what controls it. It starts crackling with electricity, and then you smack one with it, and it kind of stuns them and electrocutes them for a little bit. Kind of fun to watch, so maybe I will try it out if I see anything to try it out on. Oh look, we have a volunteer. Here. There. Yeah, see, they just stand there stunned, being electrocuted for a little bit. And then they recover and come after you again. But that's okay. A fun little weapon. I usually don't use it that much, but I think I will stick to the robotic sledge for now. Although, my little experiment this morning kind of showed that its usefulness against large groups of zombies is somewhat dubious. Although, that's partially user error, because I have not gotten used to the effective range of this thing yet. So part of the problem was that I just wasn't close enough when I was triggering it. We're here at the coal mine, though, so I'm going to try and extract a little bit of coal. Okay, I have moved a lot in the coal mine. One thing about mining in this game, when you're trying to descend directly onto one of these ore veins that you find on the surface, you usually have to come down through a fair number of layers of just clay soil, and then 1 or 2 layers of rock before you start getting to a lot of ore. So right here I have a little bit of coal ore kind of running this way in a little vein, and there's a big patch of it here. I had to come down onto rock and then dig into rock a little bit and some of these gravel patches to get to the ore vein. So getting to a substantial amount of ore sometimes takes a little bit of time. I think in this first layer of rock that I reached, I dug out 1 vein of coal ore. So I have 50 coal so far for the several minutes of work that I've done. But that's not too bad. I'm going to dig up a few more of these coal ore veins, and I'm not going to clear away all of this rock layer just yet, mainly because of time. I want to dig up the coal so that I have it for crafting, and I'll worry about keeping the mine floor even later. For now, it doesn't matter that much if the floor is a bit off. As you continue to mine, you definitely don't want to let the floor get too uneven. As you can already see, it's starting to happen a little bit here. If you do that, it starts to get a little bit difficult to move around. And the deeper you go without evening out your floor surface, the more overhangs you have, and overhangs are going to be a risk of cave-in, especially if there's gravel in them. So I do generally try to keep my mine floors somewhat even, but you follow the gravelly bits and the ore itself down. Since this ore seam seems to be moving off, like sort of that way a little bit, sort of northwest, this southeast corner doesn't really seem to have much ore or gravel. It's mostly just rock. That I usually would not continue to dig into too much. I would just kind of level it off somewhere and kind of follow the gravel and ore further into the ground. So there's no point in digging out rock that you don't really need when you're not going to get anything else with it. This little corner of it here I might continue to mine out just so that this mine shaft is even all the way down so that it's the same size. But I'm certainly not going to dig further into the wall. I'm not going to expand further out. But enough mining for now. I'm going to go and explore the town a little bit and see what I can come across there. Oh boy. Here we go again with the cougars. I think I'll let them fight it out and then kill the survivor. I knew I was in trouble when it started snowing. Good. That zombie apparently did a fair amount of damage to that cougar. I knew I was in trouble when it started snowing. Every time it starts snowing on me in this game, I wind up with cougars or bears or both. There, I got a nice supply of bones from him. Kinda would have preferred a nice supply of rotten flesh, but beggars can't be choosers. Okay, I made it back to base. Now it's time to sort through some of the stuff that I found. While I was going through town, I actually found a little field off in one corner of town, and that had some more corn in it, so my corn supply has increased even more. I also managed to locate a couple more blueberries, so I have enough blueberries for an additional blueberry seed. I did get enough rotting flesh for one more farm plot for sure. I'm not sure how much I had left over, so maybe I can get 2 today. And one of the more valuable things I got from that airdrop that I kind of overlooked at the time is antibiotics. I did not realize that I did not have any of those at the moment. I had some honey, which helps, but is not as good as antibiotics at curing infection. So it's definitely a good thing to have some of those around. Another thing that I just found in a pile of trash in the middle of town that I happened to click on was 7 bottles of acid, all 7 of them in one pile of trash. Bottles of acid were something that I was looking for and not able to find at all when I was trying to build a chemistry station, and then I wound up just finding one in the trader's inventory, I believe, and buying it from him, which worked. But now I have 7 of them, which is good because there are some other things they're used for, namely making wheels. There are several different kinds of vehicle that you can make in this game, and most of them require wheels in some quantity or other. So, when I get to the point where I'm trying to make a vehicle, I will be really glad that I have these. In my chest downstairs, I did find I have 4 more rotting flesh, so I can get 2 more farm plots today. So that is some progress. I'm also going to use up most of my nitrate powder, I think. Let me see how much I want to go with here. I think I'm probably going to go ahead and make 100 or 300 more gunpowder, which will mean I need 300 nitrate powder and 300 coal. There. Got some more gunpowder cooking, which means I'll be able to make a little more ammo. Oh, I do have some gunpowder left in this chest, too. I had kind of forgotten that was there. It's okay, it wasn't really a significant amount. And I'll use up some more of my nitrate powder in making a couple more farm plots. Still have 31 left, though. And I don't think I showed this, but in a previous video when I was working down here in my lead mine, I did find somewhere around here that I had strayed into a little deposit of nitrate powder as well. And now I can't find where that was. Well, good enough that I know that there is some nitrate powder lurking down here in this lead mine. So I do have a little bit of nitrate powder right under the house. We are getting towards nightfall, and I'm waiting for it to actually be nightfall before I go down and check the farm, because I know the last time it was after dark when I harvested, so I'm definitely not going to be able to harvest before dark. I'm not sure if the plants will actually grow once night falls, so I guess I'll find out about that today. It might be in that I can't go and harvest again until the beginning of the next episode. But while I'm waiting for that to happen, I have been reinforcing the flagstone wall that I put around the outside of my base. And because I was kind of low on cobblestone at the time, and I'm still a little bit low, I was reinforcing in kind of a checker pattern. So that's useful to know to do. With the exception of the zombie dogs and the crawlers, zombies cannot get through a one-high gap. And since most zombies would have to break at least 2 blocks, fortifying in a checkerboard pattern means that they'll have to break at least 1 reinforced block. We've reached actual nightfall, and I have run out of cobblestone, so I'm going to sneak down and take a look at the farm right now. Hopefully I won't get killed for my trouble. Let's see if anything actually has grown. Looks promising from here. That looks like finished pumpkins. Yep, they did actually finish growing. I did make 1 more blueberry seed, so I'm going to plop a farm plot onto the row of blueberries and plant that. I'm going to harvest the rest. And with one more farm plot to go, I'm going to make one more pumpkin seed so I can get... Well, I've got quite a few of those now. Oop, and we've got some zombies coming. Maybe just a zombie. Do I really want to pick a fight with him? Yeah, I guess. Why not? Now he's fast, so he's going to run at me. But there's only one of them, so he went down pretty easily. Let's get back to base before more of them show up. Even after making new seeds, I have 9 pumpkins and 6 blueberries left over, and I didn't have any more farm plots, so there's no point at this stage in preserving those seeds or preserving those resources to make more seeds. I'm limited by the number of farm plots I have, so what I'm going to do with those is start making pies. I'm probably mainly going to make pumpkin pies, because pumpkin pies require 2 pumpkins, and blueberry pies require 5 blueberries. Which makes sense, blueberries are much smaller than pumpkins. This is the reason that I have been conserving my eggs and my animal fat as well. Animal fat and eggs are both required for the pie recipes, but neither of those are a limiting factor right now. I have all the eggs and all the animal fat that I need. I'm going to cook 1 blueberry pie, and I'll probably just do as many as I can of pumpkin pies, because why not? I'm going to have more pumpkins in a few days anyway. And we'll leave those to cook for now, and I'll maybe go do some mining and check back in when they're done. The campfire has gone out, and my character is hungry from all the mining, so let's check and see what we have here. 1 blueberry pie and 4 pumpkin pies. Blueberry pie provides 45 food. Pumpkin pie actually provides 50. So interestingly, the blueberry pie is a little more difficult to make, and the pumpkin pie is actually better. I'm not really sure what else you can use blueberries for. Let me check here. Oh, it's useful for herbal antibiotics when you have the appropriate skill to make those. And herbal antibiotics are just like the antibiotics I found in the airdrop today, or they have more or less the same effect. It's just that they're made from different things. You can make them a little bit more easily using blueberries than you can the regular antibiotics. It's entirely likely that I will be using blueberry pie as a little more of a secondary food source, and using pumpkin pie as the major one. But food is food, so I'm not going to gripe too much about the exact nature of it. I'm going to go ahead and eat that blueberry pie immediately. And we'll see how far that refills my hunger bar. Maybe I'll wind up eating a pumpkin pie immediately too, but we are finally at the stage in this playthrough now where I have reliable sources of pretty good food. So that is a big help. Usually I wind up with meat stew and don't rely so much on the pies, but I still have not found any potato seeds. I would really like to find some of those. Eventually, I'm sure, I'll run across them. Probably after I've gotten my pumpkin production to the point where I don't really even need potatoes anymore. It's the way these things go sometimes. Oh yeah, if you look down here on the left-hand side of the hotbar where the little green hunger meter is, I definitely do not need to eat more food right now. So I'm going to go ahead and save those pumpkin pies for later. I am going to replace my emergency beef rations with those, though. There's no point in carrying around 2 sources of food, especially when one only does 15 and the other one does 50. Carry the one that does 50. And with that, it's time to end the episode. We have achieved consistent food production of something much better than any of the foods I've been able to make previously, so we now have reliable food sources. I'll still need to expand my farms, but my trouble keeping myself fed should be at an end. In the next episode, I will likely do a little bit of work on my fortifications and get those in shape for the next 7-day horde, which is still a few days off, but as I have said before, I like to get that ship shape in the middle of the week. That way I don't have to worry about it right before the zombies show up. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like on this episode if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel to see more content from me, and if you'd like to help my channel grow, please share it with your friends. Goodbye and God bless.